You know that feeling where nothing you do matters, where you feel unremarkable, unspecial in a world full of people with talent or success for even putting in far less work than you? That's how I'm feeling. Right after making the update video and thinking about the Slime Rancher video I've been sitting on for over a month now, I started thinking about how I want to go about it, considering even where it's at cut down now before getting back to it. It's 30 minutes long, and chances are no one would watch it. On top of people not having attention spans, people just don't care, especially when it comes to me. Not to say like I'm the center of attention or anything, that's not what I'm saying. But from my perspective, I've been doing this for 10 years with varying levels of success or reasons for why I've had to stop, whether it be a misguided prank by someone I thought was a friend reporting my channel, thus stopping me from being able to upload, or my equipment just straight up deciding it didn't want to work anymore, to constantly second guessing myself. Now I'm at a point where I've tried this whole putting out at least something every day, and while it did give somewhat of a boost in my watch hours or my subscribers gained, it didn't really seem to matter or do too much for me. Nothing really seemed to change. And it's not like I don't have people that don't show up. I don't know, man. I have people coming to chat all the time, but they never stick around. And it could be attributed to not having attention span, or just any little thing you do somehow suddenly is an indicator to someone that they just don't want to put in the effort to stick around. Either you're too quiet, you're too loud, you talk too much, don't talk enough, or you say one thing that puts them off, or you do one thing that puts them off, or you play one game that puts them off, or you don't play a game that they want you to play, they're only here for that game. It's rough. It feels like we're getting to a point where people don't see each other. People don't care about people. They're so self-centered and only care about themselves. And that got me thinking. All of this rather got me thinking. I'm a disabled person who's also on the autism spectrum. Both accounts, I'm pretty much not considered a human being by most of the world, so what would change if I were to even stop? I've been thinking about it since yesterday. What if I just stopped? It's all I do. It's all I've done for practically 10 years. It's all I have. And what if I stopped? Of course, I do it for fun because I enjoy it, but I feel like there's only so much you can keep banging your head at a wall before you start to realize that maybe this has no return for you and that all your efforts will get you nowhere. And it got me to thinking, as a disabled person, as someone on the autism spectrum, I'm already seen as weird or off or not particularly human in the right way. I can't really contribute to society in the way that other people do. Hell, the government literally limits what I can and can't do, thinking that somehow my being disabled and not being able to work is somehow an advantage to me. It's bad enough that most of our lives we're not really treated like people with rights because we're born wrong, at least in most people's eyes. And so it got me thinking, like, would it really matter if I wasn't here? If I wasn't alive anymore? Not to be depressing or anything, because usually I'm the one that tries to be the optimistic person in my friend group. Of course, I also try to be the realist and point out when things are bad in the world. Of course, a lot of my friends like to just brush it off and either pretend that things aren't bad or like to make excuses for people doing shitty things in the world. And I don't like that. But right here and now, I'm like genuinely looking at it. I know that, people are getting to that stage a lot now in the world where they bring up, would it really matter if I was not here? But for me, like, genuinely, this is all I do. This is all I really can do. I can barely get out of the house. All I really have is this. And if I stopped doing it, I would have practically nothing. And, generally, most people don't care. Of course, we're at a day and age where it feels like people are so disconnected, people don't even care about each other. People are so self-centered, so focused on them. People don't care about people behind the screen, or even everyone, out in the real world likes to come on the internet and make the point of people aren't like that out in the real world, people don't suck that bad. But yes, they do. That's why we retreated to the internet. That's why the internet was a source of comfort. But now, of course, mainstream media and rich people had to take over everything, invade the internet, make it a lot less fun, filled with drama and politics and other bullshit, all the depressing things in the world, and it ruined it. So, quite frankly, the idea of, oh, people aren't that bad, you can just get out in the world and people will be better. No, they won't. There's a reason why everyone's miserable, why everyone's retreated to the internet, why everyone complains, as much as I don't agree with it. And I usually try to be the more positive one, the one that never complains, because honestly, most of the time I feel like all it does is just contribute to being miserable and hate-filled. Recently, it just kind of hit me like, no one really cares that I'm here, that I'm doing any of this. And most people just show up for maybe like one video, or like to, god damn it. Most people like to show up and say that they care, say that they're here, but they eventually leave. Even the people that would normally be like regulars in my chat, pretty much all of them have left at this point. I'll occasionally see them come back, maybe, but they always leave. I don't know what it is, whether it does actually come through that I'm different, that I'm autistic, that I'm weird, that I'm disabled, that I'm somehow built wrong. I don't know. I'm not sure. It just has me in a weird place. And it got me thinking about how it feels to be unremarkable in a sea of so many people that either are far more talented than you and more capable, or people that can work far more than you without completely melting into a puddle. For me, of course, because of my health issues. Or the people that put in far less effort than you, that don't care, that just shit out whatever they make, and yet somehow they get more recognition than you. Of course, if I haven't made it clear already, I do this because I enjoy it, and not just because of the attention, clearly, considering I've been saying that I don't really get attention through this, and I'm not really after fame. I would just like, a nice little community, people to see me for all my work, to feel worth it, to feel like the world isn't just becoming so isolated and self-centered. I don't know. I'm just at a point where I'm feeling a little lost. A little like I'm just another person. in the world. Someone that doesn't really matter. And of course, even when people say it, it usually doesn't really seem like they mean it, because they'll say it, but they'll never really go out of their way to show it, you know? And if I've learned anything, it's that more often than not, words tend to not matter, because people can turn around and treat you very differently regardless of what they say. There's a lot going around in my head. Am I gonna quit? No. So again, this is all I've really got, and I enjoy it, but I am definitely starting to feel it after more than 10 years of failing, more than 10 years of not getting anywhere. It's starting to certainly make it apparent that I'm not really all that special. And I know that now, more than ever, everyone seems to think they need to be special. I don't know. I don't want to end it off on saying that we don't all need to be special, because that just feels a little hollow. I don't know. I wish people would care a little more. Not just about me, but about people in general again. Anyway, that's all I've got. I'll see you all tomorrow for more I'll see you all tomorrow for more Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Peace out.